Hello, this is Matt Cole. Welcome everyone. And I wanted to make a video here to show you how to create a Bitcoin wallet. And you'll use this Bitcoin wallet to receive and store and send Bitcoin that you have. I'm going to show you how to use the Blockchain.info wallet. It's a pretty easy to use wallet. It's pretty secure. This company is based in Luxembourg and they've been around for a while. They also have really good phone apps for the Android and iPhone platforms, and I suggest this as a good wallet to start. It is not maybe the most secure wallet out there, and every wallet has its trade-offs. I do find this wallet to be pretty good and user-friendly, very quick and easy to set up, as you'll see. So first of all, you're going to start by getting a pen and a piece of paper. If you have a printer, you'll be able to use your printer to print out one of these sheets and have all that ready before you get going here. And then you're going to open a browser in your computer, and up top you're going to click on your address bar and type in exactly like this: blockchain.info. No www, no .com, just blockchain.info. It's going to take you to this screen here. You're going to click on Wallet. And then you're going to click on Sign Up. And you're going to put an email address in. And I'm just using this as a test, so I'm going to show you how to do all this stuff. Normally you would want to not share any of this information with people, but again, since this is just a test, it doesn't really matter in this case, but make sure you keep all this information private. And you're going to have to make a password that is pretty strong. They're not letting me use just a very simple password. When you use a password on this, I recommend you use something that is pretty strong and long. I like to use, over 20-digit passwords, and I use a password manager. I find that simpler. You want to use something that you don't use everywhere else. You want to use something that's unique to this site, and you do want to use special characters, capitals, numbers, and letters all together to make this a very strong password. Remember that your money in Bitcoin is in there, so the stronger the password, the better chance that it's going to stay in there. So once I type my email in and two matching passwords, I'm going to click I have read and agree to the terms of service, press continue. It's going to show me my wallet identifier up in the corner. I'm going to write that down later. So here we go. I just created my first wallet. You can click on Get Started, and you can see Be Your Own Bank, and you can also see that you have some things over here on the menu side. I'm not going to lead you through securing your account. Later on, you can click on the Security Center here, and you can follow their steps to improve the security of your account, which will include things like perhaps SMS text verification of your account, or installing an authenticator like the Authy app. It'll also let you lock down your account from Tor browser requests. If you don't know what some of these things are, don't worry right now. I can make another video later to show you how to secure your account more. Right now, since we're in here, the first thing we're going to do, funny enough, is click on Sign Out. And they're going to ask me the first time I sign out here if I want to back up my recovery phrase. And this is exactly what I want to show you how to do. So we're going to click on Backup Recovery Phrase. They're going to give you an option to print a recovery sheet. So if you do have access to a printer, this might be a little cleaner looking if you do this. When you print this, it's going to print you a sheet that looks like this. And it's going to say, write your 12-word recovery phrase, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's going to give you 12 words in a minute, and you're going to type these into place. Or, sorry, you're going to once you have the paper, you're going to write them with your pen on the paper into place. If you don't have a printer, that's fine. Just make a list on your piece of paper, 1 through 12, and you can write your words down in this order. Something I want to mention here before we continue on is that capitals matter here. Everything matters. Dashes, uppercase, lowercase, numbers, letters, I's, L's, ones. You have to know exactly what you're writing down. If you get this wrong, you're going to perhaps lose access to everything you have in there. And I know that nobody wants that. So make sure that you take control of yourself here and your money and write everything down exactly as you see it. And also make sure that you can read it again later. Double check these words you're writing down. You know, sometimes the word might not be what you think it is at first. So, you know, you might see slow but write down so or something like that. Make sure that it's correct. All right, so the next step, they're going to give you the words. So I'm going to start writing these words down. Here's one I've seen a few times. If you look at this where it says gown, I've seen people write down grown instead. So make sure that you get the right words written down. You're going to click on next 4 words. Our last set here. As soon as I'm confident that I've gotten all those words written down correctly, I'm going to click on Final Step. And they're going to check me and make sure that I wasn't just not doing what they were telling me to. And I'm going to put in these words as I have them on my paper. And I did it correctly. Excellent. So now that I backed that up, I'm going to go to sign out again. They might ask me if I want to take a survey. I'm just going to say no. I don't want to take a survey right now if they ask you. This is the next thing I want you to write down. This is your wallet ID. And this is a long number. Again, you have to get it down just exactly perfect. And when you use the same browser on the same computer to log in, it will fill this out for you generally automatically. However, there might be occasions where you have to type this in. So I'm going to write this down really quick. This identifies your account. All right, I've written that down. And now I'm going to log in again. I'm making sure that I know what my password is, that I'm typing it correctly, and that I can get back into the account. Because it would be a shame to send Bitcoin to an account that you can't get back into. And it worked. All right, so on that paper, you should have your 12 words written down. You should have your wallet ID written down, and you can write wallet ID next to that, and you should have your password written down. You're going to want to take that paper and store it somewhere very, very safe. A fire safe or a safety deposit box, somewhere that you feel is going to be safe and secure, that it won't burn to the ground, it's not going to disappear, nobody else has access to it. All that information gets you back into your wallet. And those 12 words, what those are is essentially your encryption cipher seed for the Bitcoin blockchain. And if you got locked out of your account because you forgot your password, or if Blockchain.info just went out of business and you couldn't get on there, you could take those 12 words and you could restore those 12 words into another wallet, and you would have access to your Bitcoin. And the neat thing about the Bitcoin is that it's distributed worldwide on computers all over the whole planet, online and offline. It's very secure. That's how this is distributed, and it makes it so that the chances of Bitcoin going away are basically nothing because it's all over the world. These words decode your private keys. And the private keys are what give you access to the Bitcoin on that worldwide blockchain. So the Bitcoin aren't really on your computer. They're not in your blockchain account. They're everywhere out there on all these different computers. And you have the codes to see your Bitcoin and unlock them and spend them. Once you have done all this, you can say that you have created your first wallet and you've secured your first wallet. And congratulations on doing that. When you are ready to send and receive Bitcoin, you can go up here to send and request. And one thing I want to show you right now is how to get your Bitcoin wallet address. So once you've done all this, click on request. And this right here, I'm going to tell you what this is right now. It's called a hash. It's also called a wallet address, and that can be a send address or a receive address. Since we clicked on request, this happens to be your receive address. And you're going to look at this. If you count it out, it's a 34-digit alphanumeric number, and it's how you're going to receive Bitcoin at your account. And unlike a normal bank account number, this is okay to share. This number, if you give that out to people, the worst thing they could do is to send you Bitcoin to that address. And that would be okay with me. It's so secure that people will actually print out a paper and post it on the community bulletin board or on a telephone pole. And they'll say, hey, I'm starting my own vegan food delivery service. If you want to help crowdfund me to get this going, send Bitcoin to this address. And people will send the Bitcoin to their address. They might have this QR code on there also, which is the same thing. It's just a different way to show your address so that a phone camera could see it. All that is secure. You don't have to worry about sharing that. That's the first thing I want you to know about these addresses. The second thing I want you to know about these addresses is that when you receive Bitcoin to this address the first time, and you go back and you click request, you're going to notice that they've generated you a new wallet address. And that is for your security and privacy. The Bitcoin blockchain is a distributed ledger, so everyone can see that worldwide. And if you're receiving Bitcoin always at the same address, people could start to track your transactions. So to prevent that, every time you receive Bitcoin, they give you a new address. Now, the old address will still continue to function, and you'll still be able to receive Bitcoin to that address for as long as the Bitcoin blockchain is around. So even though it shows you a new address, the old one is still going to be valid for your account. And the other thing I want to show you about this is, the third thing here is you need to know exactly where you're sending this. You need to make sure this number, when you copy and paste it somewhere else, is complete. You want the whole hash and nothing but the hash. You don't want any spaces. You don't want any carriage returns. They give you this nice little copy button that'll copy to the clipboard for you, or you can double click and highlight it and copy it using right click and copy, or your computer might have some keyboard shortcuts like Control-C on a Windows computer or Command-C on a Macintosh. And the things to take note of here is look at the first two digits and the last two digits. And I see that it's 1AGO. When I go and I paste this in wherever I'm going to send Bitcoin, I'm going to make sure that it is also 1A and GO. I always want to verify the first two and the last two. If I verify those two, then I know that I've got everything in between. When you start having lots of different hashes, floating around your computer and the clipboard, it can be easy to not recognize that number and paste a number in somewhere you didn't intend to do. And if you send Bitcoin to the wrong place, there's no customer service to call. There's no company to say, hey, can you reverse this transaction? You've done it, and it's permanent. So you want to make sure that you pay attention to detail, slow down, and know what you're doing. That's the responsibility you have to take. You're going to find that this is pretty simple when you get down to it, and it's something that pretty much everybody can do. We have people from all walks of life right now learning how to do this. They've gotten it down. They know what to look for now and what to pay attention to make sure that they don't lose anything. And thanks for watching this video. That concludes creating your wallet and educating you a little bit about hashes and wallet addresses. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments below. I can answer those for you. Enjoy, have fun in this new crypto space that right now is booming in the world. It's a great place to be, and I'll see you all around. Thank you.